And, you know, he was a little nervous about it back in March, but I tell you what, he's delivered. Those fields are unbelievable, and he's gotten them back, so it's credit to him and his crew. It's a lot of guys out there running around, cleats and everything, 7 studs for 4 days of hard work. So anyway, it's a great job by him. Questions?
Start with the injury update on your receivers. We saw both those guys leave yesterday. Just how serious are their injuries?
I would anticipate JMO out for the first 6 games. Saint, I would say we'll get him back anywhere from probably Monday to Carolina. It'll be anywhere in that window.
With Jamo specifically, if he doesn't do anything else this preseason, how much of a setback is that for him? You talked about his need for development and this being a time for it. How big of a loss would that be for him?
Yeah, I mean, as long as he stays on top of the mental portion of it, you can get a lot out of the mental work. So, he grinds on that, takes care of the hamstring, and we'll take it as it comes.
Do you expect him to play Saturday?
No, I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. I think it'll, there's a good chance it probably could go through the preseason.
You talked a lot about trying to douse him with information and really get him caught up. He's missed time. I mean, how much mental reps are mental reps, but you just cannot replicate what happens on the field, the chemistry and the timing and all that. What's he missing by not being out there?
Yeah, I mean, he misses the reps. I mean, you kind of alluded to it, but that's, a chance to get full speed, full tilt reps. The timing of the pass game, lining up, all of it, moving versus press through the zones. It's just time on task. And so, there'll be a setback with it, but it's also, listen, you take it as it comes. I'm not going to sweat it. As long as he's willing to continue to grind on the playbook and get it right, we'll take it as it goes. I mean, so.
Just one clarification. When he's gone for his suspension, can he still get treatment from the team? Like, can he come here for any?
Good question. Technically, no, but we're looking into that.
Would you expect him to play in the last preseason game either?
Carolina?
Yeah.
It's hard to say right now. I'll know more today. I would say it's probably unlikely, but we'll see. I'll know more today.
How do you feel about your receiver depth right now? Do you need to add a body to the roster just to compensate for some of the injuries right now?
Yeah, we're kind of in that a little bit. We potentially may need to add somebody after today. We're looking into that. Brad and I have talked about that. That's another one we'll feel a lot better after today's practice, because, yes, we do, but then it's like, all right, well, to do that, you have to move on from somebody, and that's a hard move too with other areas, other spots. So, but we're thinking about it.
Where's Denzel Mims stand in that room?
Well, I mean, he's in there. He's in the room.
Coach, with close to returning, is he a good?
We'll see. We'll see. Wish I could give you more.
With JMO, is this injury related to the one he had previous when he missed some time early in the game?
No, it's the other.
It's the other one.
Yep.
Is it just a freak thing, do you think, or is it something where he's not doing what he needs to do as far as keeping up with his?
Yeah.
Or is it the training staff?
Carlos, I mean, that's hard to say. I'm not going to pin that on our training staff. I think they've done a phenomenal job. We've been really good with soft tissues. But sometimes things happen, I mean, this kid can run now. And sometimes it's just, if you're not completely recovered, potentially from the last day, and you just, there's a number of factors. Maybe he wasn't totally hydrated, but I think it's hard to just like, we're going to put blame on these people or this person or the player himself. I think, it happened, and, it's unfortunate.
Given the way this team finished last season and the expectations, national media rolling through, you got about a 30-year schedule on prime time. How much do you monitor sort of those expectations creeping into the environment, and what's your tactic for dealing with it?
I would say, for me, the only time I addressed anything was day one, and I think I told everybody in here, was the very first night of training camp. I addressed that, the elephant in the room, and I haven't spoke one word about any of it anymore, not one word, because the message was exactly, about putting the work in, putting the work in, and we got to go earn everything. And that's all. That's all I said. And those guys have done that. I mean, they've been working, they've been grinding, so I haven't felt the need to talk about it. Yes, sir.
How much of an opportunity is today, Saturday, for some of those wide receivers that are maybe fighting for a spot, the Drummonds, the Codas, those guys?
Great
Maybe,
opportunity.
and the guy
Yeah,
who,
great opportunity. Like, it's another spot, honestly. Like, this room is wide open right now. I mean, we got a pretty good feel of some of these guys, but I mean, we have a spot potentially too, wide open. You know, Coda, you want it? Go get it. Drummond, you want it? Go get it. I mean, who knows? Trinity Benson, we're going to get him back out there a little bit today, running around. So our eyes are wide open, and we're looking for guys, and we have a track record in a 3-year period here. It doesn't matter where you've been drafted, who you are, what it is. If, you know, you got an opportunity. If you want to go earn it, go get it.
And historically speaking, it's not necessarily good news for an accomplished veteran to be playing a ton in the preseason, especially late in the game, but you had Romeo out there from start to, I think, the last snap. Really productive in that game, continued it in this practice, joint practice yesterday. So where's he at, I guess, in his progress back? Why was he seeing so much reps in the preseason one, and do you expect the same in preseason two?
Yeah, I think it was a lot of it is he's coming off the injury from last year, you know, and it never truly felt like he got back from it at the end of last year, you know, which that's history would say most of those guys, it's going to take close to a year to get back to where you feel like or move like you were before. So I think that was some of it. And it was also just the placement of where we were at. We can't sit everybody, you know, and he's having a good camp, but so's Pascal and so's Kamish, you know, and you got Hutch and Charles, and it's, you know, you can't sit everybody. And so I think that's where it is. Now he's, you know, Romeo's doing some really good things, and it feels like he's very much back to what he was. And so, you know, he's somebody we'll talk about this week. You know, what do we, you know, how much does he play? What do we all those things we'll talk more about tonight. But listen, he's doing a good job. But I think it also speaks to the depth we have in that room and the players we have on the perimeter, on the edge. So it's a good thing.
I want to ask about Hendon Hooker. Obviously on the NFL list, you know, obviously you guys brought in Bridgewater. What's your early impressions of him, even though he's been on that list? And have you guys decided like what you want to do with him at the start of the regular season?
Yeah, honestly, we have not even talked about Hooker in those regards. It's been more about, man, let's get him back. I know this. He's putting in the work in the classroom. Brew and JT have done a great job with him, and I know that he's studying on it. He's getting it. He's learning it. He's, you know, and he's got some really good guys to learn from in there. And then everything else, his rehab, he just continues to come along and get better. But honestly, Brad and I haven't even discussed him at this point. You know, once we start hearing from Fish and those guys like, hey, this guy's coming on, we get okay, you guys may have a decision to make sooner than later, then we're not even going to worry about it right now.
Watching this offense come together and the wide receiver talk and what you guys are going to do there, Laporta and Gibbs, you guys have seemed to lean on a lot that we can watch out there. How confident are you in the first 6 games, especially early in the season, that you can lean on them as major contributors in this offense?
Well, they're going to have to be a part of it, you know, but it's you know, it's not only them, but Demo's going to have to come through for us big too. You know, that old line's going to have to do what they do. Goff's going to have to, you know, he's going to have to be on point. Leaf's going to have to be big for us. Reynolds is going to have to be it. Marvin's going to. So I think this is very much all hands on deck, you know, more than just, hey, it's got Laporte and those are. But this is going to be all hands on deck. And honestly, we got to play good defense and we got to play special teams. And that's where we relieve any burden we have offensively by a lack of a player not being there or whatever, you know.
Even as rookies, though, I mean, are they getting more of a workload than you anticipated when you picked them? And with that, do you believe, if they are, that they can handle it?
No, I would say the workload is about what we expected or hoped for at this point. You know, there's a reason we drafted them. We thought they would get it sooner than later, and they've done a good job. So, you know, there's things every day that you see growth and them getting better. And Gibbs is playing faster every day, which is encouraging. But yet there's also these, you know, And that comes with being a rookie. And the faster we can get through these growing pains with these guys, which that's another reason why these joint practices are huge. You know, they're getting challenged early by different looks that maybe our defense doesn't always do, or look, they're getting them from 2 other teams. And so these are big, and the faster we get through it, the better we'll be. They'll be, and then we'll be because of that.
You guys said yesterday before practice that you were looking forward to how your defense would handle their skill position guys and how your O-line would handle guys like Walker and Allen. What are your biggest takeaways from that first day, and did they meet the challenge?
Yeah, I was pleased with the way our guys showed up. I thought we competed. I thought, you know, it wasn't perfect. It never is. They did some really good things over there, but I thought, man, we really showed up and we competed, and I thought everything that I was looking for from our guys, I saw yesterday. It's the best way to say it. I'm sorry.
Same plan for Saturday.
Yes, that's the plan.